present my thesis. Title is an analysis on the relationship of tax officials' adversity quotient factor with their resilience and job performance. Introduction. The Tax Administration Service is an agency regarding tax that provides not only the work as a simple tax institution but also the complex function like welfare cleaning work. In accordance to various needs of the times, the workload of the tax officials who face the taxpayers directly is increasing rapidly. The officials need to be equipped with technical expertise related to taxation and are required for heavy workload, responsibility, and work performance due to various needs of taxpayers. In addition, they are facing various and complicated adversities in the customer service, such as technical limitations and friction with colleague bosses and taxpayers in their job performance. According to Oxford Dictionary, adversity is defined as difficult, uncomfortable, unpleasant situation or troublesome situation or environment because things are not smooth. For these above reasons, in order to overcome such adversities in their acts of tax administration, today's tax officials are required to be equipped with cognitive and behavioral capacity to treat problems. The adversity quotient was made to evaluate the ability to achieve goals by challenging without succumbing to many adversities, and this can be seen as the capacity, productivity, and innovation within an organization. Therefore, in this study, we propose that the relationship between adversity quotient factors and job performance will be different in their adaptive flexibility while using adaptive flexibility as a moderating variable. In addition, this study empirically analyzes the relationship between adversity quotient factors and job performance based on resilience by breaking away from fragmentary causal relationship. This study is expected to provide important basic data for the performance management of the tax organization as well as the efficiency of tax administration. 2.1 Adversity. Adversity means personal and environmental characteristics related to negative development. Adversity quotient factors are a concept understood in a broad sense, which include emotional intelligence, self-efficacy, and self-control that are closely related to job satisfaction and adaptation to organization in individual aspects. Studies state that adversity and adversity quotient are factors determining success in individual life and narrowly in the workplace and have been applied to various studies in recent years. The adversity quotient can be integratively explained. It is a measure of who is the one who can overcome the crisis when an individual is in crisis. The detailed domains consist of control, ownership, reach, and endurance. Control means personal control in crisis, and ownership is personal initiative to overcome crisis, which means the influence on other parts of individuals' lives in the event of a crisis. Endurance means how long they perceive the situation of crisis lasts. Adversity quotient factors, which are variable that can explain the organizational adaptation of workers, are closely related to resilience and emotional intelligence. Especially, it is an important competency factor highly related to job performance. In a rapidly changing and diverse competitive society, we cannot help but face many adversities. Among them, the more cases of overcoming and succeeding in inevitable and difficult adversity, the more adversity quotient is noteworthy as a capability indicator. 2.2 Resilience. Resilience is defined as a process of dynamic change through interaction with the environment by understanding qualitatively positive adaptation to various adversities. Resilience given the assumption that one shall be exposed to severe risk and serious misfortunes. Is the concept emphasizes that even if the work process faces a great threat, it should acquire positive adaptations that meet the developmental tasks and social expectations required in the social context. Ho Xin-yang recognized the resilience not only as the ability to devise various solutions through flexible thinking in a difficult situation and to perceive difficult situation as controllable, but also as an ability to provide various alternative explanations about events and human behavior during work. 2.3 Job performance. Job performance, which refers to organizational members' successful achievement on the job, can be analyzed based on the quantitative and qualitative performance and proportion of work. The evaluation was based on the reduction of trial and error, the degree of utilization on the task, and the improvement of the job performance. Choi Jung-soo analyzed the performance of job performance based on 4 criteria: improvement of work performance, contribution of organization works, systemization, contribution to achievement of organization goal, and quality level of work performance. 3.1 Research model and hypothesis setting. This study aims to approach the effect of adversity quotient factors on job performance from a comprehensive perspective by using a moderating variable of adversity quotient factors that an independent variable of adversity quotient factors will be different in accordance to adversity flexibility. This study is expected to be provided as base data for job establishment and performance management for tax officers so that they can perform their job efficiently. So, a study model in Figure 1 is proposed based on the theoretical background and existing precedent. This study bases the degree of quality of quantity achieved by tax officers and that of execution successfully made on job performance. Figure 1 Research model. This study is about the moderating role of resilience in the relationship between adversity quotient factors and job performance. From the perspective of adversity quotient factors, organizational members exert flexibility in thinking in the job performance process, which has a positive effect on job performance. Therefore, in order to achieve the successful job performance of tax officers, it is important to identify the causal relationship between the adversity quotient factors, reliances, and job performance in the process of performing the work. Based on the above theoretical basis on precedent, this study sets up hypothesis 1, and it does so on hypothesis 2 in that the adversity quotient factors have a relevant effect on job performance. Resilience has a moderating effect in relation to adversity quotient and job performance. Hypothesis 1. Adversity quotient factors will affect job performance. 1 and 1. Control will have a positive effect. 1 and 2. Ownership will have a positive effect on job performance. 1 and 3. Scope will have a positive effect on job performance. 1 and 4. Consistency will have a positive effect on job performance. Hypothesis 2. Resilience will moderate the relationship between adversity quotient factors and job performance. 2 and 1. Resilience will moderate the relationship between control and job performance. 2 and 2. Resilience will moderate the relationship between ownership and job performance. 2 and 3. Resilience will moderate the relationship between scope and job performance. 2 and 4. Resilience will moderate the relationship between consistency and job performance. Research subject and operational definition. The sample of this study was collected from tax officials working at tax offices in Busan, Gangnam, and in June 2019. A total of 267 subjects were selected and 255 questionnaires were finally used for this study, excluding 12 unrecovered questionnaires and 12 unfaithful questionnaires. The survey period was from June 9 to July 10, 2019 for a total of 31 days. Table 1. Demographic features. To develop the questionnaires to verify the research hypothesis, the operational definition of the variables was set as follows. The adversity quotient is a measure of human ability to overcome adversity and how humans overcome adversity. It is composed of a measure of control, ownership, reach, and endurance developed as a measure of who is the person that can overcome the crisis when an individual faces crisis. Resilience refers to the ability to adaptively transform cognitive frameworks in accordance with the stimulus of changing environment. Organizational performance is an indicator of the effectiveness of organizational management as the achieved degree of the work of the organization members, which is also an important standard to measure the achievement of individual work goals. Validity and reliability of variables. The factor analysis shows that all the scales used to measure the variables in Table 2 have appropriate convergency and discriminant validity. Also, the level of reliability level for each variable was mostly high, which turns out to be appropriate for analysis in this study. Table 2, the result of factor analysis on research variables. 4.2 Correlation analysis. Correlation between main variables is shown in Table 3. The control, ownership, reach, and endurance of the variables of adversity quotient were all turned out to have a relevant relationship with the result variable or job performance. Table 3. Correlation analysis between measurement variables. 4.3 Hypothesis Test. As a result of the analysis, the total explanatory power of the regression model set with control, ownership, reach, and endurance as independent variables was 21%, and F21.495, which showed that the adequacy of the model has its statistical significance, and the explanatory power of model 2 in each resilience were inserted as a moderating variable is found to be 25%, which increased by 0.039 compared to that of model 1, though the value of F decreased by 0.191%. It was statistically significant. In other words, model 2 showed that the job performance was well explained by putting in the resilience. In model 3, which was put in to confirm the interaction between adversity quotient factors and resilience on the part of tax officials, the modified explanatory power of the model increased 0.007 compared to model 2 as 25%, and the F value decreased to 9.192, but it was statistically significant. Table 4, the result of moderating regression analysis on job performance. This result can be seen as a significant one in explaining the interaction between adversity quotient factors and resilience. Focused on model 2, the ownership and range included in the category of the adversity quotient factors had a significant positive effect on job performance, and the resilience also has a statistically significant effect on job performance. Therefore, the adversity quotient factor had a positive effect on job performance, so hypothesis I was adopted. Once the interaction terms were examined in detail in model 3, the owner's consciousness, flexibility, and range flexibility had a significant effect on job performance, but the control flexibility and persistence flexibility had no moderating effect. So the hypothesis 2.1 and hypothesis 2 and 4 were rejected, whereas the hypothesis 2 and 2 and hypothesis 2 and 3 were adopted. This study aimed to empirically investigate the relationship between adversity quotient factors, resilience, and job performance of tax officials. This is considered meaningful in that it provides implication for enhancing the job performance of tax organization. The result of analysis are as follows. First, the adversity quotient factors affecting job performance were control, ownership, reach, and endurance. So hypothesis 1 and 1, hypothesis 1 and 2, hypothesis 1 and 3, hypothesis 1 and 4 were supported. Also, the regression coefficient sign was positive, and therefore the higher the perception of adversity, the higher the job performance. Such results have a positive effect on job performance, and They are consistent with the result of previous studies that stated that adversity quotient factors have a comprehensive positive effect. This study also confirms the result of the existing studies. Second, it is shown that the main effect in the moderating regression analysis that resilience would control the relationship between adversity quotient factors and job performance was meaningful, but in the interaction term, only ownership and range were supported in this study. This point, the implication of this study, the limitation of this study are as follows. First, because this study is the result of analysis on test offices in Busan and Gyeongnam area, there is surely a limit to generalize the result of the study. Second, a possibility that job performance may differ depending on the position or duties of test officers exists in analyzing to the moderating effect of resilience. Third, a possibility of systematic errors is implied because the data on variables are measured by the questionnaire response. Studies afterwards should be conducted that can increase external validity by using various data. Thank you for listening.